I'm now joined by Sunita Narain of CAC and a member of the EPCM. Ma'am, thanks very much for joining us. Let's go through what the impact of this could really be on pollution, because we have the IIT Kanpur report that stated about 20% of Delhi's air pollution is because of vehicles. But we know that while BS6 compliant engines can reduce pollution up to 80%, but what happens when the engine is of lower grade? Have you had those calculations? What can you tell us, ma'am?
You know, all those numbers, the announcement is today, Ranjoy, and I think it'll take us, you can get into the number game, but the fact is, today when you can't breathe, you're completely choking, and you're getting this kind of data from doctors telling us the kind of hospitalization that is happening. Please be clear. We don't really need numbers to tell us that this is going to be a really big advantage. And you know, the IIT Delhi study says 20–25%, but the fact is that these are the most toxic emissions, particularly with diesel. The biggest advantage you get with BS6 is you really get cleaner diesel. You get virtually no sulfur in the diesel. You also get very low PAH, which was the really toxic elements from the diesel vehicles. Now, what we need is better vehicles, and I hope the industry will now step into this game and also rise to this and say, we will also advance our deadline. If the fuel is available, if it can be available in a wide enough place, we will make sure that, like we did in the earlier transition, we will make sure that we ramp up production and we can get cleaner vehicles on the road, cleaner fuel. That's a big, big, big game changer.
But ma'am, help us understand, will today's notification have any impact on the nationwide BS6 deadline from 2020? Will you be perhaps, you know, moving a petition in the court to bring forward that deadline as well?
See, you report, you know what's happening in the Supreme Court right now. For the last 6 months, we've had the most bitter fight, because of which the Ministry of Environment and Forests and Climate Change has actually held off signing off on the comprehensive plan on Delhi and NCR on air pollution, because they want to make sure that we change. One of the conditions that had been set was the manufacture date and the registration date of 2020 must be the same. Now, this is the legacy that has come from the BS4, when the court had said that once fuel is available, we don't see why vehicle manufacturers should get any further time. So we had been arguing that by 2020, fuel will definitely be available nationwide. And so we can definitely make sure the automobile manufacturers must only sell BS6 vehicles from 1st of April 2020. And they are resisting us tooth and nail, to the extent that the comprehensive plan that has been prepared for NCR has been held up, because the Ministry of Environment and Forests, ironically, the Ministry of Petroleum is taking proactive steps. The Ministry of Environment and Forests is actually siding with automobile manufacturers right now and is holding up this, saying that they won't sign off on this plan because they believe that this will create huge economic disruption. Now, I think the health of people should be the concern of the Ministry of Environment and Forests, not only the economy. And the fact is, what the Ministry of Petroleum has shown is that if you can advance the deadline, and I'm sure they will see how they can do it even further, but as fuel is available, vehicles should start being produced as well. And I think that's now the big question for me is, will we see leadership, similar leadership from automobile manufacturers? Will they step up to the game? Will they smell the air of Delhi and understand that how this toxicity, this extreme danger is something we have to fight?
In fact, we had some of the manufacturers on the channel, ma'am, who claim that they are trying to do just that. But appreciate you joining us on this special.